Hey folks, welcome to football. Christopher here, week 3, 12U Jags, and it's homecoming week. And captains are about to meet at midfield. Today we've got the Badgers from Kyle in their red and blue. And then of course the black and white gold Jags. Senior division captains Rios, Ball, and Murray out there to call the toss as they're the visitors. And likely a win and a defer, or a loss of the toss and take the ball. Wind is pretty subtle. Heat is up as well as the humidity, so plenty of sweating here this morning at the 9:45 kickoff. We'll see what shakes out here in a second. Badgers won the toss, defer to the second half, so the Jags will take it, moving left to right. A spiraling kick, and Kevin gonna try his hand at a return. 18 there to wrap up, but won't do it. Shakes free, and here comes Wright. Weaving through traffic, back to the center, still spinning around, trying to fight off the ankle biters, and all the way down to the 30, the Jags will have it. First down has AD at quarterback in the gun. And John Michael, the deep man behind him, joined by Dre and Tyler. And it's a handoff to Dre, moving around the right side, and to the defensive end, came straight down the line untouched, and a good start for the defense. No Drake Gomez this week. A broken finger in practice has him sidelined for at least 4 weeks, and so some of the other running backs picking up some of the slack. This time, Bell, left side, got a little room, hits the gas. Stiff arm, 18, can't take him down. Tyler, 2 plays, and the Jags are in the end zone, no flags. A quick 6 on the board for the visitors. Extra point try, has the same formation. AD gonna hand to Tyler again and lean forward across and converts it. The 2-point conversion on the board. Kickoff line drive, bounces off of the up man, 99. And the Jags have it right back. Jags coming off a win, but of narrow margin style, took on the Cowboys last week and just barely edged them out 6-0 to keep their undefeated streak alive. So 3-0 is the goal here. Dre up the middle and a big stick. How about the linebacker coming downhill? It's actually not the linebacker, it's the defensive end, number 2, who wheeled around and found Dre. 2nd and 7, the situation. Spot is the middle of the field. Formation the same. It's Silas in at the quarterback spot. Tyler, left side, now looking for room in the middle, and a good tackle down low by 16. Got about 3 or 4 of it back. 3rd and short from about the 44-yard line, we'll call it. Hall, gonna throw one. It's got, and it took a shot in the ribs, did Gunner. Bounces right up, past too tall for him, looking for that slant route. Maybe a deep post, we'll call it. 4th down coming. Safety for the Badgers really did defend that well, staying deeper than the deepest and closing on the route. So 4th down, got to get to the 40 to keep it going. Handoff will be John Michael. 8-hole, what a block! Dre just lit him up! And the first down gained. John Michael tackled at the 30, but all credit goes to Dre. That's a monster shot from 25. 1st down. Hall, hands off, Dre. Couldn't slip 2, yes he does. And then help comes, and he couldn't slip him. So number 2 really making a difference on that outside edge for the Badgers. And they lost a few on that one. 2nd and long as we hit the 2-minute mark of the first quarter, an 8-0 game. We haven't seen the Badgers on offense yet because of that offensive kick recovery. And JP gonna try the 8-hole. Trying to turn the corner, does. Now slips the tackle and tackled back past the original line of scrimmage, so he gets 6 or 7 of it inside the 30. And he's gonna try to make this 2nd down more manageable. 3rd down rather. 3rd and 9, the case. Hall calls for the ball. And John Michael, 9-hole, trying to get wide, 2 chasing. JP lays a block, 16 can't get there. And John Michael still on his feet and gets that 1st down. John Michael being a workhorse. These guys having to be intentional about continuing to run after they get past the flag out of bounds line. Another 5 yards further is their out of bounds mark. Jags break the huddle with a half a minute to play in the first quarter, so with a running clock like it is, this is likely the final play of the opening quarter. And this time it's Wright at the quarterback spot in the ball game, and they're going to QB draw up the middle, and he tries to slice and dice but can't get past 33, who wraps him up at the 10-yard line. And we'll flip ends of the field and go to the second quarter and see what the Jags have. Start of 2, second and about 6. Hall in the quarterback spot. They're using 3 today. Handoff, Dre, left side, nobody home, and he's gonna walk in. The Jags have their second score, and a late flag comes. It's probably a dead ball, so it may be, no, it's gonna be a block in the back, so this will reset things and bring it back. They'll have to try again. So correction, it's a dead ball, so the touchdown counts, and they'll enforce it on the extra point try. Well, no yardage marked off on the extra point try, so likely it'll be enforced on the kickoff. So here we go. Silas in for the extra point. And he'll look to his left, across the middle, thrown behind him. He was looking for, I don't know if that was Romeo, I think. Ball thrown behind him, and he took the brunt of the shot as well. No good. We'll stay at 14. We get to see what kind of leg Colton has as the Badgers set for potentially good field position, and he got a good one. And this one all the way back to the 40, and 33 who fields it nearly loses footing. And then how about the stick by 99 Jackson on the stat sheet with a tackle. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter, and the Badgers are just now about to run their first play of offense. From the 45-yard line, coming out, it's an I formation and double tights, maybe a wing back. Quarterback under center, which is a rarity these days, and it's a fullback dive up the middle, wrapped up and taken down by the front 4. Rusk in there shaking his hand, might have got it dinged a bit. No gain on the fullback dive, 2nd and 10 therefore, and this time the strength goes to the far side of the field, which is the wide side. Otherwise, the formation the same. Tyler Bell creeping in from the linebacker spot, 33, trying to get it on a pitch outside, and he's not going to be able to escape the outside contain. John Michael there, as well as Jackson, recording another tackle. Strung out wider and deeper than he wanted to go, and it's a big loss. Back from the Badger timeout, 3rd and a mile, backed up to about their 32-yard line. Got to get out past midfield to the 45. And they're going to go in the gun this time, change things up. Quarterback's going to move to his right. Tyler, right there. Got him at the ankles. How about 12 laying out for it and making a tackle in the backfield? They got a long 4th down coming now. 4th down, and the Jags' speed on defense just being more than what the Badgers can handle offensively at this point. They're going to line up and go for this. And now they do a little formation change, and the ball looked like it was direct snap to somebody up back, but it was a false start, and they'll reset 5 yards further. The punt just not used at the FPO fields at any level. Not that it's outlawed, but they just don't do it hardly, and it's a great play strategically in football, but everybody just thinks they can, I guess, get the yardage, and they don't try it. To continue on that point, they do it to where they don't have to do a deep snap. They can just kick it from being handed the ball, but you do have to have somebody that can kick it down there, and then you do have to have a team that can cover. Otherwise, you could have a disaster on your hands in the form of a return. So, all that being said, from the 24, it's 4th and about 30 or 40, and a I formation, toss sweep, halfback pass, looking to throw to 24, and it's overthrown. John Michael, the deep safety, defending. Turnover on downs with 3:10 to go in the first half from the 22. So a 3 quarterback rotation, this time AD in the game. John Michael behind him. Dre to the right, Bell to the left. Gunner and Jared your splits. Tyler gonna try the right, dips the shoulder, bounces outside. Past the first guy, and the second takes him down, and not yet until he crawls out of bounds. So tough running from Bell, and he's got most of everything needed. In fact, it's 1st and goal. Here in the CFPO League, the clock stops traditionally at the 2-minute mark at the end of the first and second half, so it's paused here. Handoff, Dre, left side, cuts up the middle, puts a foot in the ground, back to the outside, 16 drags him down, and 18 puts a stick on him as well, so he gets a yard or 2, and now another stop of the clock. It's a hold on the offense, spot foul, 10 yards further back. We'll replay first. First and goal from the 20 as the clock wanes down to a minute. And AD in the game. Calls for it. Looks to his left. Wants Jackson on the deep post. Ball is thrown high. And a jump off, resulting in an incomplete pass. Clock stops under 2 minutes with the incomplete pass. JP, the deep man. AD looking for Romeo, and this one thrown perhaps a little bit shy and stops the clock again. Third and goal, 52 seconds. Gunner and Romeo, your splits. AD gonna hand off. Dre cuts inside the end. Got a little space. Back to the outside. Knocks off the next one and then slips down inside the 10. All the way to the 9 where they'll have fourth and goal. And the clock will move unless they call a timeout. They may take this one all the way down and use their last play. And now, the timeout called by the Jags. So fourth down, 36 seconds showing a turnover on downs should the Jags not get in the end zone would stop the clock. John Michael up the gut, snaking his way through, lowers his shoulder and scores into the end zone. Like a bull in a china shop, the Jags have their third touchdown of the afternoon, rather the morning. AD stays in place for the extra point try. Dre, the deep man this time. He's gonna look to throw. It's a swing pass. Dre spins around, got company, and trying to shake free and can't, so it's no good extra point. We'll stay at 20, and we'll have a kickoff with 30 seconds.
Go get it, Tyler!
Caught me sleeping. Kickoff happens. 33, racing around the side, and got a little space on the far side there. Gunner wraps him up and takes him down, and then a block in the back called. Thrown from the other side of the field. 12 seconds on the clock, and the Badgers put a couple of receivers to the far side, one to the near side, quarterback in the gun, and looks like there's a tight end on the far side, a wingback on this side, so split. Now a motion man, 33, who's carried the ball quite a few times. Ball's on the ground, and all quarterback can do is fall on it. They'll wind the clock, and that likely will take us to the break. It will. A 20-0 lead for the Jags. We'll see you on the other side. Back for more second half action. Jags to kick off. Colton with a good stick in it and splits the two deep men. 33 going to try to find a seam. Start slow, and you got to take off quicker than that if you're going to get anywhere. So a good cover effort by the Jags. Rusk and Moore anchoring that defensive front for the Jags. A 4-4 defense is how they're lined up. Jackson and JP to corners. And Jared playing that safety spot. Badger's gonna come out in the gun, a pistol formation. Here comes a blitz up the middle of the ball. Loose in the backfield. 95 will be there, first man to it. There is a rule in CFPO football that if you're going to blitz through the A-gap, you have to have a hand on the ground. You can't come from a two-point stance. I'm not sure that the linebacker corps put a hand on the ground, but there was no flag called, so I'm either wrong on the rule, or it's just not being enforced, or maybe it's not at this level. Moss and Murray, the inside Mike backer, is responsible for that last blitz up the gut. Too wide for the Badgers. And a timeout called by the quarterback, and they'll give it to him. Badgers break the huddle from their timeout, and this time quarterback under center. Looks to throw a hot pass in and out of the hands of the tight end. He had him. It was 2nd and 20, and now it's 3rd and long. A lot of time taken in the huddle, and when you're behind 3 scores and a running clock, even if it's early in the second half, you don't have a lot of time to afford to take a bunch of time. You gotta move along pretty quick. Quarterback, deep snap, look for the halfback pass. Got a man, and tipped out of the hands. I think that may have been Jarrett or Jackson, one of the two, back there, and tipped away.
He got a hot dog.
And a penalty dropped in the backfield on the offense. And I didn't see what he said, but they'll march a little bit off and try this 4th down inside the 20. Spot the 20, motion man, 18, comes across the quarterback's face. And they give it to him, want to try to throw it again, and then that's early, but no flag called. And incomplete, 1st down on the 20 for the Jags. AD in the ball game, sends Dre across his face. Handoff, John Michael, right side. Misses the first tackle effort, does 24, and all the way down inside the 5-yard line before he's run out of bounds. Romeo out to the right, Gunner out to the left, AD the quarterback. Motion, crosses face, rolls out to his left, looking for Dre in the flat, got him, touchdown. And a stat of a touchdown pass and catch recorded, and they'll plan for the extra point. Formation the same, and motion as well. And this time, in fact, this one thrown low. He had Gunner in the back of the end zone, so same play, 2 flood routes to the outside, and this time AD just can't quite put it there. We'll stay at 26. Colton tees it up, takes aim. Who does he want this time? Right down the pipe, 33, gonna have it in his hands and he drops it. Gotta get those clean. Now wheels around to the outside. Being pursued. Gets past the first one and then a stick in the chest. And the number so far, I'm trying to see who that is. And it may have been Raul coming alive on that cover team. First down, Badgers. One more score from the Jags would end this one prematurely. A 32-point lead in the second half enforces the mercy rule, and I'm not sure the snap was ever exchanged clean. Quarterback just falls on it. So start of quarter 4, but the clock's already at 9 minutes. They started it right when the third quarter ended. They just went ahead and started it again, so you get the feeling they're in a hurry to get this over with. Play clock from the referee ticking away. Under center are the Badgers. And a false start called as they were still getting set. Second and long, nobody split out for the Badgers as they've got the bunch inside, double tight, double wing, and now they move. Straight to the near side, 25-24, come over here. They're gonna follow the lead block. Beckham on the corner, trying to make a low tackle, and he does! Beckham ball crumples him for no gain. So 13 yards to go still. Got to get out to about the 36 to keep this drive moving. 6:51 in the ball game. And a formation change there. A little reverse, and Colton takes him down. Wrapped him up, bear hugged him. And took him down with a pump of the fist. Fourth down, buried at their 19. Badgers have a lone deep man. Under center is the quarterback. Splits to the far side and movement premature. And they'll get him for a false start. Romeo checks in the game for Jared at the far side corner. He's got a guy to cover. Strength to the far side. And looks like the Badgers are going to line back up in their I formation for this 4th down and 20. Spot is the 13-yard line. Linebackers for the Jags creep in. Little dish off and wrapped up. The ball comes out. And no matter, it was going to be a turnover on downs, even though Gunner winds up with the fumble recovery. First and goal inside the 10 for the Jags. First down, and Silas is the QB. Calls for it, fakes, keep all the way to the right side. Races to the end zone, and he's got it. And that'll end the game, 32-0. But there is a penalty on the far side. We'll see if it's a defensive encroachment. They'll decline it. And the Jags 3-0 to start the season. We'll see you guys next time.